Well, if I told you that from a brothel to the gold mines to a ghost town to ghost hunting to gold panning, we might even visit a ex-American president's house, all in Western Australia, you reckon I'd be full of it. This video here, come along as we hit northern gold mines of Western Australia. You're going to experience some great things, and we're going to free camp all the way around. Let's do this. Let's start with Questa Casa. It's the only historical brothel, and it's the oldest brothel in Australia. Still operational, only if the women are in town. This place here is in Hay Street, which backs off from the main street of Kalgoorlie. In the early days, it was totally legal, and it still is, but the women couldn't come out of their rooms. See all those pink doors? Each one of those pink doors was one of their rooms, and they were set up a bit like a stable of a horse. You had the bottom and your top. The ladies at night would stand out looking at, coercing the gentlemen from the Goldfields Inn to spend some of their money. Questa Casa now runs tours here in Kalgoorlie, and in fact a story has it that the police wanted to rid it from the street. So what they did, they just changed the name of the street to Hay Street, so they could put in their books that they got it out of the old street. So let's leave Kalgoorlie now and head inland north up to the council shire of Lenora. Let's go ghost hunting! Now, you'd be mistaken if you thought this was just an old corrugated tin shed out in the bush. But about 5 kilometres out of Kalgoorlie is a legal 2-up school. Only on a Sunday it is totally legal to come out here and put your money on heads and tails. It might look old and rustic, but you can imagine how much money and coins and probably fights have happened out here and over how many years. Only out in Kalgoorlie can you find a 2-up school that is open every Sunday. And would you really want it any other way? How good is this? There's restrooms, and there's plenty of space to park your vehicles. Gotta love 2-up. Start my adventure on seeking out these ghosts. We're at the Irine Camp. It was last I lived in 1959. Now, this family had a heap of bad luck. From losing his thumb in the mines, to losing their children, and something mystically happened in this hut. What was it? Well, we're going to be finding out tonight. There's a special way of hunting out ghosts. You don't need all those meters. You don't need any infrared sort of cameras. There's only one way you can hunt them out, and that's by sheer guts and determination, by a true blue Aussie. So when it gets darker, this is where we're going to come. The exodus happened all in one afternoon, when hundreds of families just packed up and left the village of Guaya. They'd had enough of the heat, the hard living and the hardship within their families. And they headed off by train, remember there's no cars, to Goldfields, or from Goldfields, to Kalgoorlie, where some of the Europeans were offered jobs. So the town went from some 1,200 down to basically 2. As I hunted around this house, I could feel the presence. I'm not one who's into ghosts and into those sort of stories, but I could feel some presence of some being in this property, and it felt like that as well. Just going around room to room, feeling what could have been and should have been. As you can see just here, as I'm looking through the table, I feel a bit of that's not me, that's not the camera, that's something within this room. Because I tell you, I had the camera held as strong as possibly. Even when I came into this area here, again the camera started to shudder. Not moving because I had the camera hold. Don't know what's going on. Now check this out here. At a place called Questa, which is actually a BHP village for all their fly in and fly out. But have a look at this country here. Now in Australia, you got the beautiful coastlines, you have the tablelands, but it's country like this that makes you feel really Aussie. Check the colours out in it, hey? Just check the colours. You can see how rich that our soils are, and some of those songs, you know, it just makes you feel really Australian out here. And the heat is so intense. Already it's about 37 degrees Celsius, and we're only around about 8 o'clock in the morning. But this gives you a great feel of what it's like out in the middle of Western Australia. Okay, we're probably only about 190 kilometres of being in the exact centre of Western Australia, and that's where we're heading. Following the gold line all the way up, looking for gold. Have we found it yet? No. Am I comfortably positive that we're going to find gold? Abso-bloody-lutely. Because without being positive, you're going nowhere. But check this bloody place out. How good is this? And you know, it's free. I reckon it wouldn't take long or much rain to get this place flowing. I reckon it's known for its wildflowers in the season. And as you can see by the ruts down there, you can see it rains. But this place here is a thing of beauty. And it's probably misunderstood by a lot of us. We'd rather do the touristy thing and head along the coast. But I reckon you need to do yourself a favour, and your kids, and get them out here to the real Australia. It's bloody awesome, let me tell you. Now I was saying how harsh this country is. So bloody harsh that look at this, the environment has blown a hole in a rock. That'd be just from wind. Just shows you how strong Mother Nature is, doesn't it? Let's go up and have a look and watch this. So over many, many thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, Mother Nature, just like the 12 apostles, has blown a hole through this wall. It's the sort of country you could make a Western movie out of. I could just imagine Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, and the rest of that motley crew here. How good is this? How harsh is this? But better still, how good is it? Just imagine all these rocks. There's gold in them rocks. Well, let me tell you, we finally arrived at Meekatharra. Meekatharra's a couple of hours across from Wooloona, and I tell you, if you're not in the Outback here, you'll never be in the Outback. What a trip it was. It's as harsh as Billy-O, but the colours will hypnotise you. colours of the earth. It's not till you're actually out here that you can feel it. Yes, you've seen them in paintings, and you've seen them on the videos, you see them move. But when you're actually out here, looking at it face to face, that's when it really hits you, and those ground colours hypnotise you, and you do feel a part of your surroundings. I can see where our First Nations talk about that they feel they are part of this earth. Because I tell you what, that's the feeling that both myself and the cheese and kisses the missus got. Gotta love Australia. We are a sunburnt country, and there's plenty happening out there. You can see mines way in the background. So obviously the earth and Australia has plenty of minerals. This here have got to have been the best part of our adventures so far. You can do the coast, you can do the inland rivers, the highlands, the lowlands, the tablelands, but let me tell you, the northern goldfields, you've won me. That's it for now. Look after yourself. Thanks for following Chappie's Travels, and remember, if you're not travelling, why not? Take it easy, guys.